Gen Z is risking their life for steroids. Before I get into this video, I definitely need to say this. I get so many accusations, I'm not sure why. I will never take steroids. I've never taken steroids or even thought about it. I'm proud to say that. This video should scare anybody thinking about it and hopefully changes your mind about thinking about it and considering doing it. Let's get into it.
I mean, I had 180 blood pressure, so I was on the verge of sick in my casket.
19 years old.
It's pretty fun. We'll get you strong. Why wait 10 years for to reach a physique when I can do it in less than a year?
Looks so old.
I've seen this freak of nature already. His name is Andre Smythe, and his lifts are incredible. Inhuman strength in calisthenics, bench press, and arm wrestling.
Crazy.
But what really makes him fascinating is how old he looks. In just 4 years, he aged 6 times that.
Most often in society, when we talk about young teens struggling with their image and their appearance, we often look at young women, whether it be anorexia, bulimia, or the BBL/surgery culture that has been running rampant for the past couple of years. 10 times out of 10, anytime that we've talked about the youth struggling with the way that they look and the way that they feel about their outward appearance, we always look to see what the young girly pops are talking about / doing to their bodies in order to make themselves look better. Definitely better in quotation marks. But there is this growing epidemic on the male side of the spectrum that is very, very alarming. Teens are turning to...
Yeah, the looks maxing thing. It's getting to the point it's unhealthy. And you see this amongst guys younger than their 20s, in their mid-20s, before 30, I'll say. I don't know what is going on. I don't know if it's because of what they're seeing on social media and that they're comparing themselves to these people they see on social media, but it's terrible. It's a terrible dysmorphic issue amongst the youth. And when I say the youth, I mean 20s, teens. That's what I mean.
To the needle at a rapid rate, and I do mean a rapid rate, in order to achieve this looks maxing lifestyle. Peptides, steroids, and even recreational drug use have been used over the past couple of years in order to make these young men have this achievable physique, and this is super dangerous. Long-term effects of these things are extremely understated, and I am devastated for what's to lie for these young men who are turning to drugs to looks max. If you're new to this and you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It goes over every... Back to the video. Now, this one is very sentimental to me. I, like other young men, have gone through transformations and journeys when it comes to muscle mass, gaining weight, losing weight, all these other things like that. Graduating high school, I was about 175 pounds. I played football. I had muscle. I could walk 450 pounds. I could bench 280.
That's awesome. Coming out of high school, I was 185. So he was 10 pounds less than me. To put down perspective.
A physical specimen relative to size, all those things like that. But then as I joined school and started in the workforce, I started to lose muscle mass and size rapidly. I ended up looking like a lollipop on top of a stick. And then one day, I went down my own weightlifting awakening. I started going to the gym 2 times a day. I started lifting weights, eating more.
2 times a day? That's a bit much, isn't it?
All these different things. And I too found myself doing these extreme measures in order to gain weight.
Okay.
There's this muscle mass gainer called double XL mass gainer or something like that. I don't know. It comes in a
Scam.
big yellow XXL.
Scam.
I was probably making 2 of those shakes, consuming close to 5,000 calories a day because I was also eating 4 meals, and I was jacked. And I felt those ramifications. It was not healthy for me to seek looks maxing in that way to achieve that physique. Sure, did I look great? Absolutely. But I didn't feel well. Now, I say all that to say that every young man goes through this journey and this path at some point, whether they're looks maxing for themselves or to attract the gender that they are most attracted to. Most people go through this, but how they go through it is so important because there are unhealthy ways.
That is key. And one thing I tell my clients is sustainability. If you're doing extreme things now, the likelihood of you doing those extreme things 5 years from now, even a year from now, is not likely. So if you want to reach these goals that you want to reach, we need to think about doing things that you'll be able to do 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. If it's extreme, you'll get the result, but you won't keep it. That's what I always tell my students and clients. The important thing is not reaching the goal, but how you reach it. Is this something you can sustain?
To do it. I'm going to tell you, teenage steroid usage is not it.
It looks like a healthy habit, but what's hiding underneath tells a different story. 16-year-old Zaid Layla is a high school student from suburban Dallas and drawn into a viral trend.
Why wait 10 years to reach a physique when...
Idiotic. Your body hasn't matured to blast your body with steroids, performance enhancement, peptides, whatever the case may be. Even having facial surgeries, that's what they do now, bone smashing, the looks maxing community. It's crazy. Your body will mature. Give your body time to mature. My facial structure now versus when I was younger is different. When I was younger, it was a lot more round than it is now. I didn't have as much muscle when I was younger. Your body needs time to mature. Give it the time. Don't rush into things and do things you won't be able to come back from. Give it time. Take your time. Stop looking at what people are doing on social media and comparing yourself to them and thinking that you need to do all these things. The consequences will haunt you. It's better just to not even do it. Period.
I can do it in less than a year.
Lila shared this photo from early 2024 when he was 15 years old. Since then, he's documented his transformation. How does a 16-year-old look like this?
Steroids and a lot of working out, honestly.
Steroids. So how long have you been on?
I'd say about like the last 10 months.
Zaid is just a young man from Texas that has been hopping into the steroids game, not because he's trying to become a more competitive athlete, not because he's trying to look better for the Mr. Olympia challenge or anything like that, but simply due to the fact that he has been taking on social media trends, looking at his algorithms on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and saying that this is the way that I need to go about making my life better. This is somebody.
And a point I want to add to this. Imagine being that guy's age. You're blasting steroids, you're posting it on social media, and you're getting lots and lots of views. That dopamine rush, it's a drug. And it's hard to get out of it once you're in it. So it's better not to start. It's addictive. I cannot speak based on experience, but having that kind of validation from doing something, it's addicting to get away from. Addicting. Anyways, back to the video.
Damage their body beyond repair because these aren't even regular grade steroids that he's taking at this point. He is taking stuff that they use on cows in order to make his physique look better for mainstream social media. It's gotten so bad that he has now even become an influencer in the space surrounding social media. The reason why I keep even referencing social media is because the doctor interviewed in this CBS segment and Zaid himself referenced that there's been an uptick in social media steroid usage and it being promoted as like this catch-all thing. And Zaid would even mention that, hey, without social media, I wouldn't even be doing this.
Many young people.
Exactly. It proves my point. I'm so proud. I started this whole fitness thing about, what was it? How old am I now? Almost 32. About 15, 16 years now. And back then, oh my God, speaking as if I'm so old. But back then, social media wasn't really a big thing. So I'm proud I wasn't sucked into this whole social media thing. That may have led to, using that stuff. I'm proud I'm not in that category. I'm proud to be natural. And I don't plan on changing my mind. Because this is my peak. I'm not going to change much from this. And I'm at peace with that.
People now who aren't actually participating in any types of sports who are using these drugs only for the purposes of looking better.
So this has migrated from the realm of athletics into aesthetics?
Yeah, I think it's relatively less recognized that actually with more social media, there have been really extreme pressures for boys to build muscle.
Honestly, with social media, it's all about aesthetics. There's nothing else that matters to these people.
Your social media feed at this point.
Obviously, gym influencers, the top ones right now.
Do you think you would have gotten on steroids without social media?
Definitely seeing like people do it is like what makes you want to do it.
This is why I hate the looks maxing and red.
Yeah, I hate it.
In 2 seconds. But what's being glossed over with these kids is the long-lasting impacts of long-term drug usage, specifically steroids. Some of these folks look old as hell.
Yeah.
More like 22 years since his last divorce, or 22 years in prison. When people think about the downsides of steroids, they mainly focus on heart problems or gyno. But not many worry about what happens to every steroid user, premature aging. The body may look strong and muscular, but the face becomes round, swollen, and wrinkly. But how does it happen? There
Exactly.
are a few reasons for that. Steroids change how the body manages water. Water retention means the body keeps extra fluid under the skin. When this fluid collects in the cheeks, around the jaw, and under the eyes, the face begins to look swollen. Why does that make someone look older? Because swelling hides the sharp lines that make a face look young, like a clear jawline and defined cheekbones.
Yeah. That's another category. That the looks maxing people. Those people that they showed do something called bone smashing, where they take objects and smash their faces so that the bone grows into the shape that they want, basically. I'm not very familiar with it, but that's essentially what they're doing. Not all of them, but a lot of them. I recognize some of those faces.
Steroids also affect where fat is stored. Fat redistribution means fat moves from one part of the body to another. Instead of sitting in the hips or legs, some fat may collect in the face and neck.
These guys think that they're looks maxing by using steroids, but really they are age max. And if they think that this is the worst of it all, then I would say that they are sadly mistaken. Because steroids and other drug usage in order to look aesthetically better is probably the worst thing that you could possibly be doing.
The biggest one was acne, of course. I mean, Crack Dusat made a whole video on it, you know, calling me.
Stop to maybe think a little.
And I'm losing hair. So yeah,
that's tough.
Are you willing? Are you willing? Let me see. We won't blur it. We'll blur it. Let's see. Nah, no.
It's like, it's pretty bad.
Oh, I was basically like a female on her period. My estrogen was like 150. Yeah, that was bad.
What?
I had things like this. I'd be sitting there, I'd start crying out of nowhere.
Damn.
I also had milk come out of my. Were you fully informed of all the side effects that steroids could do to your teenage body?
Yes, and I still said,
After one of my cycles, my cholesterol came back like just in a dead person. Like cholesterol that you could never humanly achieve unless you were abusing.
This is the positive thing about social media. You get to see mistakes, and a wise person sees these mistakes and avoids doing them themselves. This is the thing about social media that's a blessing. There's so much information out there, and it's tough to select. It's tough to select anything because there's so much information out there, but the blessing is in having it. And based on it, you can make decisions. That's the good thing about social media.
It was like 20 times the risk of having like whatever veins clog up on me.
This once was thought to be some sort of smaller phenomenon. If you go to the right gym in the right small town, you'll probably see some guys that carry a gym bag with them from bench to bench, from weight to weight, doing every single rep, secretly injecting themselves in the bathroom to get themselves juiced up for the next set of 20 curls with dumbbells the size of my torso. But just like anything else that was small and niche, once social media got involved, things ballooned out of control.
Yeah.
No pun intended. I don't think I need to go into this, but social media is extremely pervasive. It's extremely addicting, and it can influence the way that people's brain chemistry and mind works, what they look toward, what they're attracted to. So it makes sense that young men are looking at these influencers on social media that are building muscle mass, growing big and strong and stuff like that, and idolizing them because those people are also most likely close to women, cars, money, etc., etc. And I don't think there will be any problem with that, except for the fact that these people are now outwardly open with their drug usage. At one point in time, steroids used to be this shameful secret, this hush-hush, no, don't ask, don't tell type situation, but definitely don't be public about it. Now you have guys like Clavicular being openly outward about it. You have guys like Zaid, the first young man that we talked about in this video, claiming to be an influencer, literally posing with needles. And then you have guys like the frat leader who are either not denying it or making it so obvious that people have to say something about this roid usage.
So right now I'm on this test. I'm on.
That's pathetic, man. Imagine being that small, still taking steroids. That's, to me, that's embarrassing. I hate to say it. I hate to say it. As a lifetime natural, I take pride in that. And being accused all day, every day by people, but seeing guys doing it, and it's not really, what's he doing it for? What's he doing it for? It's embarrassing. In my eyes, it's embarrassing. Oh, that for what?
To beta blocker, 2 milligrams of dill, with a lucky dip of Steroid, Melanotan 2, I take melatonin 2. That's I'll do a lot of L, so that's another NAD plus HGH, right? That IGF-1.
You know what increases your testosterone levels? Proper sleep, eating home-cooked meals. There's certain supplements like ashwagandha, magnesium, zinc. What else can I name here? I'm losing my thoughts. There's natural ways to increase your testosterone levels. You don't need to do all this. This is overkill, honestly. And with all the information we have, I would think that people do research on how to increase their testosterone, but they would rather just take shortcuts. There will be consequences. There will be.
See it. I know everything, nigga. Steroid freaks just like you. There's ways you can do it naturally, but you're too young to be taking shit.
Exactly. There's ways to do it naturally. And it will take long. It will take long. I'm not going to lie. It took me 15 to 16 years to get to this point. But I'm proud. I don't look like an old man. I don't have acne everywhere. My hormones are in good ranges. You always regret when you take shortcuts. Always.
Gave ASU frat leader, crazy ass name, a warning sign about steroid usage. It seemed to roll right off his back, but he really needs to heed this warning. Like I said, body imaging issues are not a new thing. Fixes have always been out there, but now we are stepping into a day and age where there are celebrities, influencers, people with microphones who now have a place and space to talk about the negative impacts of these things. People who in the past have done these surgeries, have gotten these steroid injections, BBLs, or whatever the case may be, are now coming to the forefront and talking about those regrettable actions and decisions that they made in their youth because it is now impacting them as they are adults.
Remember when I was like
20-something years old when I first started taking steroids. I've tried everything, tren, masteron, clenbuterol, winstrol, and then I get in my 30s and screwed up my hormone levels and was never able to get back.
So what would you say to a 20-year-old watching right now that's thinking about getting on gear?
Don't even think about it.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Not awesome that you went through that, but awesome that you're telling the youth not to take it. You know, it's an experience I'll never know about. But personally, knowing where I was at and where I'm at now, it's worth the time. For sure, it's worth the time. You look and perform the same. A lot of steroid users look the part, but they cannot perform the part. And that's also a way you can tell. Don't take shortcuts. You will always regret it.
Which is illegal. Right. It's not okay.
That's one of the downsides about the internet in this conversation, and ultimately it probably leads to a catch-22. We need people to talk about the negative impacts of steroid usage, BBLs, body dysmorphia, these surgeries to make themselves look better and look smacks. But on the same token, the only way that we get those people is if we have...
Yeah, I'll be transparent too. I had body dysmorphic issues in my early stages of my fitness journey. Not going towards the steroid route, but in the way I was eating super strict and then having a cheat day. I would eat super clean for 6 days. On the 7th day, I'll go crazy. Cakes, pizzas, 10,000 calorie challenges. It was insane. And I knew if I kept going this way, it wouldn't lead to a good place. And yeah, I had body dysmorphic issues and eating disorder. So I understand what he's talking about. I understand what they're talking about because I went through it myself. So I had to change my whole approach on how I was eating. Basically, tracking everything I'm eating and having the freedom to incorporate the foods that I like every now and then so that it doesn't become a thing of going crazy one day. And yeah, we all deal with it at some point, like I said, at some point during the video. So that's something to be mindful of in the fitness space. So it's not always just steroids, but it's other areas.
These sorts of drugs and stuff like this before. With that being said, that's exactly why I hate the red pill community and some of the influencing community. Seeing them run around and talk about looking better, gym, diet, exercise, seeing them go through these social media spells where they'll get a BBL and document the experience for the entire time doesn't provide a lot of nuance and detail to any of these situations, which ultimately leads to their young influential population around them picking up bad habits. In the video, I mentioned the journey and transformation that I went on was a young 20-something-year-old, but I did not talk about why I don't look like that today. Ultimately, packing on that amount of mass at a short amount of time, because I packed on maybe 30 pounds, 40 pounds in a 3-month span or something like that, had major impacts on my knees. It was starting to hurt to walk, it was starting to hurt to jump, I couldn't play basketball.
Yeah, I never had that kind of transformation. Everything was gradual. Everything. The most I gained in a year was like 5 pounds. That was like my first couple of years of training. And my weight has been the same for the last how many years? Since I was like 24, the last like 7 or 8 years. My weight has been around 205, 210. It's been fluctuated around that weight for the past 8 years. I lost a bit of body fat on top of that frame, but I've never seen that in my life. 30 pounds? No. Over the course of the first 3 years, yeah, but no.
Basketball, I wasn't doing any cardio because it was not helpful. Plus, I'm pretty sure what I was consuming was like plastic and hay and straw and shredded up glass in order to get the calories on. And then also being somebody who was consuming like 5,000 calories every single day was not sustainable. That's just regular dieting and exercise culture, which can also lead to body dysmorphia and all these other challenges with young people's mental health. That's here for a longer video. I'll put a pin in it. But for these steroids, influencers, these looks maxers, these people that get BBLs and other cosmetic surgeries, they don't talk about the times where they have roid rage. They don't talk about the times where they're losing hair. They don't talk about all the blood-soaked sheets. They don't talk about how you have to have the support system to help you after you have these surgeries. They don't have these conversations. They're too busy selling ebooks and courses about what to do afterwards, and then also maybe a clothing line because once you have the surgery, you'll look good, etc., etc. And for what it's worth, this is all.
Yeah, I'll stop there, but I just want you to keep this in mind. What are the consequences? Don't just jump to conclusions and just do anything you want because you think you get a quick result. If you take shortcuts, you regret it later on. And a point he mentioned in the video, they don't talk about the consequences, what happens afterwards. You need to think about that. Think long term. 10 years from now, where will you be? how you move. Because if taking these things gets you the result now, you look great now, whatever the case may be, years down the road, you're aging faster. You're losing some abilities you have now. So what's it gonna be? You need to think about these things. Don't just jump on it because you saw your favorite actor do it or talk about it. Like you said, they don't talk about the consequences. You need to start asking yourself what the consequences are, what the benefit is. And the crazy thing is, if you take your time and do it properly, those benefits you're looking for will come later without the consequences. Anyways, that's all my thoughts for the video. Thank you very much for watching with me. I hope you learned something this video. Like, share, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos. God bless. Metro Boomin, want some more, nigga.